Hi, it's Anne-Marie O'Reilly here at the Guidance Counsellor in Ballyhonus Community School, and I just want to go through this presentation on subject choice for the Leaving Certificate. The format of the presentation will go through a few slides in relation to the do's and don'ts in relation to subject choice. From there, I'll be going on to show you some websites that will be of help to you in this decision-making process, including our own website, and also I'll be going through the subject choice form with you. So just to get started, first thing is we look at how should you choose your subjects. So what I'm asking you to do is think about the subjects you enjoy and do well in. So I want you to think of all the subject you're doing currently. Is there any subject there that you really enjoy doing? Because we have found if you enjoy something, and we know it ourselves, if we enjoy doing something, it's not a chore to sit down and do the work in it. So you're more likely to get good grades in a subject you enjoy studying. Think about your strengths and abilities. And if you're in transition year, think about the modules you've enjoyed in transition year and see if any of those can be continued on to help you through to senior cycle. I want you to choose your subjects carefully because there are certain subjects that are essential for entry to particular courses, colleges and careers. And it's important that you research these and you are aware of these necessary requirements. And that's why I'm showing you the websites later on that will help you with this research process. Along with these subjects, these requirements, there are other subjects as well that can be very useful. So I want to go through those as well with you. Now, a lot of you are coming from third year and some of you are in TY, you've been used to the new junior cycle where things were marked on distinction, higher merit. That's all changing now because as you enter senior cycle, into fifth year, you are now looking at the point system. And it's very important to understand higher level, the percentages and the points that are on offer, and ordinary level, the grades or the percentages and the points that are on offer there. Because remember in your Leaving Cert, it's your 6 best subjects that are counted for points. So you'll be doing 7, 8 if you do LCVP, and out of that, it's your 6th best that's going to be counted in order for you to get points. So what subjects are available? So I said you do at least 7, that's the minimum. And the mandatory ones, as I've told you, are English, Irish unless you're exempt, and maths. And where eligible, students have the option of studying LCVP. And LCVP is known as the Links module. It's graded in distinction, merit and pass, but that'll be all shown to you in a presentation, and I'll show you that presentation at the end and where you can access it to find out more about this subject. I would advise you take heed of that presentation because the very valuable part of the LCVP programme is work placement. In 5th year and 6th year, there is no opportunity as of such to do work placement. If you take the LCVP module, you do get a chance to do work placement. It's for between 3 and 5 days and it's usually done during a midterm, but it'll give you an opportunity to experience what a career that you're thinking of is like in real terms, not just from what a college book says or the internet, but to actually get experience of it. So it is a great subject to do for that alone, for the work placement. But as I said, there is a presentation done. Miss Waldron has a fantastic presentation done on that, which you can listen to, and you will find out more about it, and I will show you how to access that. So out of those 3, LCVP, if you're eligible and you'd like to do it, we also ask you to pick 4 other subjects, and there's a full list there from 1 to 15. They include accounting, ag science, applied maths, which is new, and we want to try and introduce it to the school. We have arts, biology, business, chemistry, construction, DCG, engineering, French, geography, history, social and scientific, music, and physics and chemistry. So we have 15 subjects on offer, and I'm asking you to pick 4 of them. But in order for that, we have to understand what the general college requirements are. So the general college requirements are very straightforward enough in that we have the National Universities of Ireland. It's important to know who the national universities are. They're UCD, UCC, NUI Galway and any affiliated colleges, which are St Angela's and the Shannon College of Hotel and Management. They're all part of NUI Galway, NUI Maynooth, and all of these, along with the ITs and the Institute of Technology, well, the ITs, UL, and the technological universities, which are newly formed, all have level 8 honours degree programmes, which will require that you have 2 H5s in any papers and 4 passes. So that's the basic entry requirements. The universities will require passes in English, Irish and Maths, whereas the UL, DCU, the Institute of Technology and the technological universities will require passes in maths, English or Irish. The main difference comes into play is in relation to a third language. For the likes of DCU, UL, IT and the technological universities, they don't require a third language unless you're doing a course specifically in a third language. But for the universities, UCD, UCC, NUI Galway and NUI Maynooth, a third language is required. And that would also be applicable for any courses, any colleges that are affiliated to NUI Galway, those being St Angela's, as mentioned here, and the Shannon College of Hotel and Catering, but also the RCSI and NCAD, which are linked to colleges in Dublin, the national universities of Ireland, it could be UCD in that, they will all require a third language. So it's very important to note that. So I'll just go on here. So in terms of entry to the third level colleges, all subjects count equally for the points. So the only exception is higher level maths. So with higher level maths, you can get a bonus 25 points, but that only kicks in when you get a H6 or higher. So if you got a H6 in higher level maths, the standard points is 46 points for a H6, but because you achieved that, they're going to give you 25 extra, which will bring you up to 71 points. But if that's the only subject that this is offered on, all the other subjects are just straightforward, get your grade, get the points, but maths will give, higher level maths will give you that extra 25 once you reach 40% or higher. All third level colleges give the subject requirements necessary for their entry requirements in their prospectus or web page. And if you get onto the web page, you have to check, is there a third language required? Do they want a science or lab subject? Or is there any other specific subject that's needed? And I'll show you how to research that and find out. As I said, the big question I get every year is, do I need to keep on my language? The UCC, UCD, NUI Galway, the affiliated colleges of NUI Galway, which are St Angela's and Sligo and the Shannon College of Hotel and Catering, NUI Maynooth and the Royal College of Surgery require a pass in a third language for most of their courses, not all of them, but most of them. If you're doing, other colleges have it as a requirement for certain courses that have a large language component. So if you're decided that you want to do a degree in French, it would be expected that you would have a higher level paper grade H4 if you wanted to study a language going on. Entry to the cadetship in the Defence Force required a third language, and the National College of Art and Design required a third language or art. But that you have to check that out. As I said, the requirements do change, but we'd have to be looking at that you do need your third language there. But with everything, there's always exceptions to the rule. Trinity College Dublin, UL, DCU, the Institute of Technologies and Technological Universities, unless it's a specific course requirement, do not require a third language. NUI Maynooth, UCD, UCC, NUI Galway all have exceptions. If you're studying engineering and science and nursing, you do not require your French. Apprenticeships, Gardaí, PLC course, you don't require it. The exceptions are if you're doing any of the course that I've listed as an exception, or if you're doing medicine and veterinary medicine, they all require French. So you're going to be doing English, Irish, maths and French to get into those courses. Then we'll move on to science subjects. If you're applying for anything in the science area, and you can read that there from veterinary, podiatry, med lab, whatever it may be, you will need to have a pass in at least one lab science subject, and that's a requirement. It is advisable course requirements should be checked on an individual basis because they do change, so it's very important to be able to research it and find out. And a science subject would be necessary for nursing. It's not a requirement, but would be highly recommended. Also for veterinary, it's not a requirement, but would be highly recommended that students would have biology, that would study biology as well. So chemistry and biology, when I'm talking about biology, as you can see, chemistry is required for public health, biomedical, dentistry, pharmacy, veterinary and medicine. And biology is required for home ec teaching and biology teaching in St Angela's, biology if it's part of the Maynooth's degree, and PE teaching with biology in DCU and medicine as well. Again, it's recommended for veterinary, but it's not a requirement, but it's strongly recommended. The business subjects can be broken into two at senior cycle. They go into the whole area of business and accounting, And business at Leaving Cert is largely theory based and requires a lot of learning. However, the material is very practical and it is very interesting. Accounting is a continuation of bookkeeping at junior cycle. You don't have to be exceptional math skills, but you have to be conscientious and enjoy analysing figures and data. Next up is all the projects. We have a lot of subjects at senior cycle that are listed that have projects attached, and I've just gone through them here. So home ec, or social and scientific as it's known in senior cycle, it has a project. It's called the journals. It's a lot of it is completed in 5th year. You could get up to 20% before you sit your written paper. Art, again, as you can see there, art history is a theory, but you have a lot of practical work, projects to be done. Music the same. Geography has a project there that's incorporated into it. Let's go on. We have history that has a project written paper, construction, DCG, engineering and ag. So all of these subjects have another component as well as the written paper. It would be advisable that if you're interested in taking any of the senior cycle subjects, that you would talk to the teachers that teach those subjects, or that you might have them for class, and they'd be able to tell you exactly what's involved and what would be required of you. So that's a very quick overview. So what do you need to consider? It's very important that you choose subjects carefully, as this would affect what you do after the Leaving Cert. So it's very important that you know entry requirements, if you need the third language, etc. When you choose a good balance of subjects, it will leave all your options open. So it's about creating opportunities for yourself. So you want to do that. Consider all the facts and ask for help if you need it. So if you need help in relation to finding out about a course or subjects, make sure to ask me, call into me, send me an email. I will be able to help you. And more importantly, ask your teachers as well. They know an awful lot in relation to subjects, but sometimes they might have done themselves. They might be able to help you in that line. But as I said, I have a whole lot of prospectuses and I can help you any way I can in relation to that. Do not choose subjects based on what your friends are doing or who you think the teacher will be. Please, please be careful. Don't fall into that trap. It's very individualistic choice and you have to do what's right for you. Remember, at Leaving Certificate studies, subjects are studied in greater depth, so more time is needed for each subject. Every year people say, oh, it's an easy subject. I want to clarify here now, there are no glamorous or what we call DOS subjects. Every subject requires work. Beware of the consequence of not taking a subject at a specific level. What I mean by that is, if you want to do primary school teaching, you have to have Irish at higher level. Ordinary level Irish won't get you in. You need higher level as a standard requirement. If you want to do engineering in some of the universities, you have to have honours maths. So the consequence of dropping down, you have to be aware of it if you think engineering is in your future. I always say to students, be careful if you're taking on a new subject outside of school, because it is a big workload. Just be wary of it and have your research done. So some do's and don'ts. Do choose a subject you enjoy. Choose subjects you're good at. Choose subjects you need for any career you're thinking about. Keep your options open for the future by making a balanced choice. Talk to your parents, involve them in the process. You can talk to me, I'll help you any way I can, and also your subject teachers. Don't choose a subject because your friends are doing it. Don't choose a subject because you like or dislike a teacher. Don't choose a subject because you think it's easy. Believe you me, none of the senior cycle subjects, they're all going to require work. There's no one any easier than one over the other. Every subject requires work. Choose a new subject without finding out more about it. Make sure you do your research, and please don't make a decision without thinking about it. Don't just do things in haste. Put the time and effort and get this right for you. So it's where can you find out more information, as I have a lot of college prospectuses which are available. There will be available with me for any of you that might have any questions or anything like that. You can message me on Teams. You can email me at guidance@ballyhonacs.ie. And the same for your parents. If you'd like to email me or contact me, I will have my email address up and the school phone number as well if you'd like to talk to me. Also, there's some great websites there, which I'll go through some of them. That'll be able to help you. And also our own guidance page on our own website. So all of that information is there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go bring you through the web pages now and let you see what's available there. So if I go into the web pages here, the first one I have up is our own one here from the community school. It's ballyhonacs.ie, and if you go to departments and senior cycle, If I just click on it there, it'll just bring up, it will just bring me up the senior cycle information. And I just want to highlight that to you. This presentation will be available here in this slot, but also information in relation to your subject choice form is there. There's a TY and LCA presentation as well as the accompanying forms. And this is the lovely LCVP presentation. I would ask you all to take the time, have a look at it, and see is this subject of interest to you. Just for those who are interested in TY and LCA, the application forms can be got here. Basically, you download your form, you fill it in, you type it in, you save it as a PDF, and it can be forwarded to Mr. McGarry, who will be around to tell you the deadlines in relation to it. But all the forms can be downloaded, filled in, typed in. That's what we're expecting. Just please get that done and save them as PDFs and forward them to Mr. McGarry for transition year and LCA. And as I said, he'll be around to tell you deadlines on it. So that's the first thing I want to show you. Now I want to show you my own web page. So if you go to departments again, go to guidance. Just takes a minute. Then click on the first link that's here. And that will bring you into my guidance page. On this page, you can see there's a lot of little details and all of that with it. But there's this very important tab up here called the Leave Cert curriculum. So if you click on that, it'll bring you through all the subjects in Leave Cert, and you can actually find out about them and what's involved in them. So if I click on accounting, it will bring me to a page that will give me the Leave Cert syllabus. So I'll be able to read through that, and it'll tell me everything that I'll be doing at ordinary and higher level, what's going to be required of me, and all of that. So it's a very good source for information. So as I said, that's on my webpage, and it's done for all subjects. Just go back out again. So you can get that all there under the Leave Cert curriculum. The next one I want to show you is Qualifax. Qualifax is another great website. I use it an awful lot, and it helps me an awful lot in relation to looking up stuff for students. But especially for students if you want to do it for subject choice. Now, a lot of students said to me, I don't know what I want to study. I don't know what I want to do in college. I need some help. And that's okay, because on this webpage, they have what's called Take an Interest Assessment. So all you have to do is click on that if you're one of those students, or even if you're not, it's a handy one to do. You just type in your name. So I'm just going to put in my name here, Anne-Marie. I hit submit, and it'll bring me up three little pages, one of three pages where I have to choose. So for example, do a farmer or a mechanic, I'd be putting farmer. A doctor or a pilot, well, I'd be going doctor. Architect or scientist, I can't draw, so scientist would be there. Social worker or artist, said I can't draw a straight line or do anything like that, so social worker would be there for me. An accountant or a manager, and it goes on and so forth. So you fill up the 3 pages, and at the end you submit all your answers, and it will create a profile, and it will show you what areas that you are very high in, and that you would from your results would have a high interest level, and that might help you with your subject choices. So again, that's got on the home page of Qualifax, and you just take the interest assessment. This is what I use all the time. I go search all courses, and I'll just show, if you just click on that, sorry. So for example, I want to do, let me see, veterinary. And make sure you click Higher Education CEO, no matter what it is, always have that box clicked. And I plus search, because I want to see everything that's on offer. So a range of stuff comes up, but what I'm interested in is undergraduate veterinary medicine. So it's 601 points. So this is the one I want to go into, and I want to see what's required. So I know it's a level 8 course. That means it's going to take it's taken 5 years, but this is the main thing I'm interested in, and I want to expand this out. Specific subjects or course requirement. So what I need is, it's telling me I need English, Irish and maths. Happy days, I have those 3. But when it comes to subject choice, it's telling me I need a 3rd language, so I have to choose French. I have to choose chemistry because they're looking for it. And also they're saying down here, biology at Leave Cert is not required, but it's strongly recommended. So for a student that we think veterinary is in their future, their subject choice would be Number 1, I might have French, chemistry. It's saying biology is strongly recommended, so that would be a subject that I would do as well. So biology would be on that list. And then I choose one more just to have things covered. This can be done for any subject area. So if you wanted to do commerce or business in Galway, so I'm just going to put in commerce. You can narrow your search down as well by province or county. So I'm going to stay in Galway. And I'm just going to put it in here. And I see all the commerce courses, and I'm just looking at this commerce course here. It's 476 points. So I want to see what subjects do I need for that. So I will go down here and it will tell me I need my 2H5s that grand, but I have to have for subjects, I need Irish, English, maths, another language. That means I have to have my French, and I can have any other subjects then after that. So in my subject choice, if I was interested in commerce in Galway for the university, I'd have my English, Irish, maths, but for my subject choice, I have to know that I have to have French there. There's nothing else required, and it's not saying anything else required. So that can be done for any subject. I even can go into, say, for business and GMIT. If I just look at it here, sorry, excuse me. This is a level 7, so it's a 3-year course. But basically, there is no specific subject requirement here. So I can just go in here. All I have to do, pass everything, and I have to include maths and English or Irish. So they're not telling me that I need anything else. I don't need the language or anything. So I'm fine for that course. So that's a great website just for searching for course requirements. Another great website which I use a lot is called Careers Portal. And if I just do this way, Careers Portal, it's careersportal.ie, and I can search careers and all of that. So I can search here, as I was looking for veterinary, I'm going to put it in again, I'm interested in that. And I just search. So the range of courses that come up, they're all there, but the one that I'm interested in is veterinary medicine. It's in UCD and it's 601 points, so I'm going to click into it. And it will tell me everything that I need to know. The entry requirements and all is there. It says English, Irish, another language, maths, chemistry. I know that biology is required, and this is outside of it. I have to have 15 hours work placement with one animal. I would be, if you're interested in that area, I'd be helping you with that form and all of that. But from a subject choice perspective, I know I have to have French, I know I have to have chemistry. Qualifax has said they don't require biology, but it is recommended. So that'd be my third subject there, and then I choose one more. It'll tell you everything about this. And it actually has videos up as well of all they do. Again, Qualifax is great for that. It does that for every course in Ireland. So anything you're interested in, you can just type it in here. You can actually do it by career as well, and it will help you and with your course choice or with your subject choices. Another one on Qualifax, which is very good, and I would just want to show it to you very quickly. I'm going back to qualifax.ie, is where you can go and click on the student tab. And there is useful tools. And then I have the minimum subject requirement here. So I can actually go in here, select leave insert subjects. And I want to see, show me third level course, which may or may not require the following. So I want a course that's going to require a third language. And I click search. So there's 163 courses that require a third language. There's may require them, there's 13, and there's 1,379 that don't. So I want to see the ones that do, and I go to view those courses, and they all come up there. There's 4 pages of them. So they're all coming up there, the ones that require it. So there's page 1, page 2. See, as you can see, there's a lot there that are required, and it's all with NUI colleges. Dentistry is there. And as you can see, St. Angela's is there because it's affiliated with NUI Galway. You see medicine is there. So it's just for yourselves that you're very wary of that. So that's a great tool It's absolutely brilliant. I'll show you how to get it again. So it's going into students, clicking on the useful tools, minimum subject requirement, pick leave insert subjects, and I can go in here and show me everyone that requires a third language, which is your French, and you can search it from there. And you'll get the definite courses and you can view them. What I would say to students in relation to French is, yes, it's college requirement, but please remember there are other colleges that don't require it. So if you're dead set on a certain thing like your medicine or your veterinary or anything like that, please do the research. Make sure that you've looked up whether you need it or not. And remember, if you're struggling at French, unless you definitely need it, there's other colleges that have courses that might be suitable and might be able to help you. So please use this tool. It's an excellent tool to have, and it will tell you everything that you need in relation to the choices. So that's the bare minimum ones there. As I said, I showed you our own website, ballyhonacs.ie. So I'm just going to go back to it now again. And just have it opened up because I just want to show you our actual subject choice form. So on our web page, when I went to Department Senior Cycle, you can see your subject choice form was here. This is what Miss Mackin will be handing out to you, and this is the actual form. So I just want to go through this. Very important, you put your own name and your class group in it, and then you choose 4 subjects from this grouping. Why are we asking you? You choose your 4. That's what's required of you. I'm asking you to put them in order of preference. So what you really want to do, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. After that, I'm asking you to give me a number 5 and number 6. Because, for example, when we enter the subjects into the computer, it completes subject lines. And sometimes, not very often, but a student might miss out on the 4th choice, but we can offer them their 5th. Or if we don't have enough students for applied maths, you might have it down to number 4. If we don't have sufficient numbers, we won't be able to run the program, but we'll be able to offer you maybe your 5th choice. So it's very important that you put your subjects down in order of preference and that you have your research done. If you're interested in your LCVP, as I said, please look. If you go back to our webpage, there is the presentation there on LCVP. You can find out more about that. And if you're interested on it, remember to tick the box here. I'm asking that your parents sign this and you have your own name here and you date it. It's very important that your parents are involved in this process as well. And finally, if you want to contact me, my email address is guidance@ballyhonacs.ie. And you can also contact me on the school number, which is on the bottom here, which is 094 963 0235. For any parents that like to contact me, you can contact me through this number. If I'm not at my desk, please leave a message and I'll be able to return your call. Also, as I said, an alternative to that is just to email me at guidance@ballyhonacs, and I will be back to you as soon as possible. Thank you all for your time and for listening to this presentation. And I look forward to working with you in this journey. And as I said, if there's any way I can help, please just contact me. Thank you.